Hey guys, it's Daniel Shogan here with Team Picante X Hypernova. I just got second place at the Hickory, North Carolina Regional, so I just want to talk about my deck. I played Snake Eye. It's the best deck. What can I say? So I'm going to go through the engine and I'll talk about the things that are different, and we'll talk about the non-engine because I think that's probably what's the most important. To start, I did play one for one. I think the name of the game right now is to have more pushes than your opponent has meaningful interaction points. So if your opponent like ashes you, imperms you, whatever, one for one represents another way to get to your engine. It's a starter, it's an extender, it does everything you need. So I think it's worth the spot. Then 3 Bonfire, 3 Wanted, 3 Black Witch, 3 Snake Eye Ash, and 2 Poplar. These are all pretty standard, of course, and then the 1 Original and the 1 Temple. So this is a starter, you know, with any card you can send, of which there are numerous, so I lump it in with the starters. And then moving on to the sort of engine requirements. There's Divine Temple. This card's crazy. Even better now that Snake Eye Diabell Star is legal. There are like all sorts of things you can do with this. This card also, in some instances, represents another push, which is really cool. 1 Oak and 2 Flamebirds. You still need 2 Flamebirds. I really wish you didn't, but it definitely comes up pretty often, especially when you do like Hope Harbinger combos. You just actually have to have 2 Flamebirds. Then I did play 1 Called by the Grave and 3 Crossouts. Your combo resolving means you win the game, so you play these Ceiling Re-Razors to get to the combo. Called by the Grave is obviously really good, but Crossout makes you make some important deck building concessions. So you have to play cards that are likely other people play, even if you don't think they're particularly good. For instance, you'll see later I have to play 1 Nibiru because people could play Nibiru. I don't think it's particularly good against me, but it's almost free to play, and you know you're not super likely to draw it with 1 in your deck, so you have to make that deck building concession because Nib could still catch you looking in some weird spots or like as the second or third hand trap. So we'll talk about that in just a second. So for Nib targets, or sorry, for crossout targets, I played 1 Droll, 1 Mourner, 1 Nib, 1 Talents. These are the cards that I didn't really want to draw. I don't think Droll's particularly strong against Snake Eye. Nib has almost no effect against Snake Eye if you play against a reasonable human being. Mourner's quite good, and this is a concession that I chose to make. Obviously, Mourner's good enough to play, and a lot of people will play it. But in order to make room for cards like these that I don't think are as strong, but I have to play because I would like to be able to cross out them, I had to cut Mourner down to 1. And then 1 Talents as well. This sort of, was a last-minute decision. It's obviously a fine card, and if you assemble your entire combo, you can set cross out and cross out the Talents. I also played 2 Droplets. It's pretty rare to be able to cross out Droplets, so this is definitely more of just a card I chose to play. It's not very good against Snake Eye. Sometimes you can catch him with it, but it's really good against almost all the other decks. And at a smaller regional, I expected fewer Snake Eye matchups. So this card would probably get sided out most of the time against just a pure Snake Eye deck. And then for hand traps, I guess I really wanted to play Ghost Ogre, Effect Veiler, Imperm, and Ash. These are all quite strong. Ogre is only really strong against Snake Eye in combination with other cards, but it tends to work out. You play so many non-engine cards, you'll of course see them fairly often. Veiler, Imperm are quite good. Ash is obviously a liability, but it's still quite good. This puts the main deck total to 42 cards, which is fine. It seems like most Snake Eye players are sort of going above 40. Realistically speaking, you could easily get it to 40. You could cut the Talents. It's just so unreal to not get hand trapped and also have cross out, and they also have Talents in their hand. So many things have to go right for that to happen that I don't think it's particularly necessary. Moving into the side deck, I played one Druis and one Magnamut. These cards are quite good. They don't really conflict with anything because I'm not playing the cash cards. 3 Cosmic, 3 Lullaby of Obedience, 3 Skill Drain, and then I played the 3rd Ghost Ogre, 1 Pankratops, sort of, I just didn't know what my 15th card was. Really, I didn't know what my 14th and 15th card was, and I was away from home without most of my cards, so I just found cards in my binder that you could probably play. I never drew either, so I don't know. And then 1 Change of Heart and 1 Mind Control. These are really, really strong in the Snake Eye Mirror, and it puts your opponent in situations where they have to play into other types of breakers in order to play around Mind Control and Change of Heart, which makes your droplet quite good if you choose to keep it in. So I thought that was fine. And of course, Lullaby is like the best card. Starter extender, you can search a hand trap with it. You can call Nib while you have Princess, which is a cool play. If you know your opponent's playing Nib, which many people are not. For the extra deck, I played Zelantis and Raging Phoenix, and of course the Nightmare Phoenix for the Kill You lines. I also played Access Code Talker for the same reason. What will happen a lot of the time is you'll make Zelantis, and you'll get like Veilered or Nibbed or something, and then you can Selene into Access Code, which is fun. It happens less because you have more access to Selene into Apo, which insulates you from hand traps, and then you just do the Zelantis Phoenix line instead. I played Hita and Dark, of course. These are really powerful. They make going second more viable and less volatile. 1 SP, 1 IP. The Selene, Anima, Apo, and Princess. And then, of course, the Hope Harbinger for when you open any number of combinations. I found myself just almost never getting to this. If your opponent hand traps you in reasonable spots, it's pretty hard to get, unless you're just able to completely push through. And then there are sort of the 2 flex spots. I chose to play Fucho and Link Spider. Link Spider is another concession to the fact that people are going to play Nib. This card makes Nib just look silly, honestly. You can end on nearly everything through Nib if you have Link Spider in your deck, which is quite cool. And then Fucho is fine against the Tempai deck. I played against a Centurion guy, and he did the Archfiend Calamity combo. So I summoned Fucho and lived, and then I was able to push through like the 1 negate because he summoned the Cosmic Blazer Dragon and win the game. I also, against Tempai, would just choose first and do like a light combo with Fucho, and that's very difficult for them to beat. All in all, it was a great tournament, run super well. I only played against the 1 Snake Eye. The rest was like Rogue, a few, 1 Voiceless. That was the only other like really meta deck that I played, and 1 Tempai as well. So it was a fun event. I was glad to get down there and see all of my friends in North Carolina. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.